core, and everybody gets so concerned about working the core. Man, you need to relax, because when you think of the abdominal muscles, guys, they're no different than any other muscles in our body. Guys, Dave Schmidt's ResistanceBandTraining.com, and I want to talk to you this week about training the abs. Yeah, it's not that complicated, and what happens is a lot of times people try to isolate them when really they shouldn't be isolating. The abs are probably the one group of muscles that really has no business being isolated. It really doesn't, because when it comes to the abs, if your legs and your arms are not involved, you're really not getting your abs involved, all right? And if you are getting your abs involved, you're probably doing it in a very non-functional way, so it's not benefiting you at all. You know, when I first started working out in the gym, it was all the bodybuilding type stuff, and my abs never developed. Well, one of the reasons was I was never going multiple directions. Another reason was I was going ahead and I wasn't training them the way they were supposed to be designed to be used. So I'm here today to tell you, I'm going to show you 7 exercises that don't look like ab exercises, but I guarantee you when you're done, the next day your trunk will feel it, specifically through your rib cage, through your obliques, through that area, I promise you. Let's get started. First one is going to be just a simple single arm row. Alright, now by positioning myself out here and lengthening, my obliques are already loaded. As I come out of it, I've got to engage my hip and stabilize in my trunk to prevent me from lateral side bending and rotating. So this is a lateral side bend and a anti-rotation exercise. Real simple to go ahead and do. Switch to the other side and you're good to go. Let's go now pushing, same thing. Hey guys, with a horizontal vector, anti-extension instantly. Offloaded, now I've got an anti-rotation. So a single arm push. You can do it with parallel stance to really engage your trunk. Go staggered stance. Let your lower body help you out. Big time trunk exercise. Let's keep it right there. Let's go overhead press. Now we're talking overhead press. Once again, anti-extension. Press it out. The band is pulling me back. I've got to prevent lumbar extension by maintaining good core stability. If I want to offset it, I can easily go ahead and do some simple rotational presses, or I can stagger it out, put myself here, and now I'm overloaded to one side. So it's anti-rotation, anti-extension. So there you go. There's 3 exercises. Now let's go ahead. Let's go to a free band setup, and let's go overhead press. We can go right here. Parallel stance, pressing up. We've seen this before. Anti-lateral flexion. We stagger our stance. Now we can go anti-lateral flexion with rotation. And we've got an overhead press exercise that will rock your trunk. Let's keep on going. Get-ups. Let's drop on down here, alright? Hopefully you can see me okay. A little get-up time. Put your hand through, drop your hip, pull up. Now you're working on core stability of extension while you're working on pulling. Granted, probably a little bit more glute related, but you know what? I still got to engage my trunk as I push off the ground and get into a horizontal vector position. So there's get-ups. Let's keep on going. Let's hook up here and let's go a little bit of turn and goes. So now we're in this position. We're dropping down. We're going to turn and go, and I'm going to slow this down so you can see it. I got to drive with this leg. I got to rip with this arm. Those 2 motions right there are going to require my trunk to go ahead and work. You see me do quick burst, turn and goes all the time. All right? Set yourself, set, bang, and you're working it out. Coming on back, hey, put the deceleration with it, coming back, and that's going to engage your trunk even more. So turn and goes are a trunk exercise. Let's finish up with lateral hops. Lateral hops with my hands overhead. Simple lateral hop. My arms are driving, anti-lateral flexion. If I want to go ahead, put rotation with it, Now I'm driving anti-lateral rotation. Meanwhile, I'm using ground reaction forces to really fire up my trunk to get them to engage. There's 7 exercises that don't look like trunk exercises, but they are going to be huge trunk exercises for you when you start engaging them. You can only do it with bands, guys, and you specifically should be doing it with flat continuous loop bands, because you know what? It's the best way to go ahead and train with elastic resistance. Get after your core, but you know what? Don't get excited, because you know why? Any exercise can be a core exercise when you start thinking about what the abs do. Alright? Core, abs, it's all the same, guys. Just start training it and make sure your legs and your upper body are involved.